For approval of the recommendation by the county engineer.
So moved. Subject to satisfying Dan's comments.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. That was going to be my only thing. You did receive the email listing the 6 or 7 things Dan needed. Okay. So Dan has reviewed and has sent Jim a list of stuff that needs to be addressed before the signatures. So at this time we have a motion and a second to approve the agreement pending the changes from the county attorney. Any other questions or discussion? Anything from the audience? Hearing none. All those in favor of the contract signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes 3-0. You want the cover page signed now, and then we'll just get the agreement changed. Okay, moving on is going to be under C, is going to be permission to move forward with the equipment for the berm cutting and ditch proposal for the county to use to clean our ditches and sideways. Have you got something to say, Jim?
Just here to answer any questions that you have on this equipment. It is equipment that is actually made here in Indiana. A lot of it is assembled in Bloomington. There's components made in Brazil, and some of the components are actually made over in Ohio, but the majority of it's here in Indiana. And this is a kind of a specialized equipment, so there is basically, from my research, no other companies that could provide this services for this equipment.
Okay. Any questions for Jim on that equipment? Okay, Bill? Any questions?
No, you have the quote, correct?
Yes.
You probably want to share with the public the price of this.
There's two pieces of equipment. The berm cutting equipment is $214,617,000. The ditching equipment is $210,763. So a total contract of $425,380.
Okay.
You just add to that, the next item on the agenda is to approve a lease package for this equipment, so that we can cash flow it over a 5-year period.
Yes.
If we like it, I think there's a buyout option, or there will be, maybe at the end of the lease.
So I will work
I guess that's
with Dan
Dan's.
on soliciting bids for the lease.
With no other questions, then that moves us on to the next step, which is the resolution 2018-20, which will give approval for what Mr. Peck just said, is to allow them to solicit bids for the lease for this equipment. So approval of 2018-20 is going to give permission for the lease of the equipment, as well as to give Jim the ability to go out and solicit the bids.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion or any questions?
Resolution also authorizes the purchase of the gym consignment, not just business.
What's the date of the resolution to come back? Or not the resolution, but the quotes. Or is it, he can just do it.
Depending on how quick he does it.
He'll just solicit them and bring them back to you.
Whenever we're ready.
So there's no deadline on submission from the banks.
I mean, he
Jim will take care of it.
just take that.
All right.
Dan has talked to Jim and gave him kind of what he needs to do, and he's going to get it back to us as soon as he can get them.
Okay.
Okay, with that, any other questions or comments on 2018-20? Any questions from the audience? All those in favor of resolution 2018-20 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
I guess I would just add to the reasoning behind this. We've had water issues on our gravel roads and our chip and seal roads for years and years, and this is an opportunity to clean those up in a more timely fashion than what we've previously done with the backhoe or whatever. We dig the ditches out 2 feet at a time or 3 feet at a time. It's a time-consuming process. We got 830 some miles of road, so this should speed up that process considerably. Make our roads so they drain more efficiently, and we'll have better roads at the end of the boat.
Okay, with that being said, moving on to F or E is resolution 2018-18, approving the lease property for the ACT Real Estate LLC Public Defender. This is what we had the public hearing on at the start of the meeting. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to approve resolution 2018-18.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Anything from the audience? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Brian, you can book your New Year's Eve. You're not gonna have to move, it doesn't sound like, so.
Appreciate that.
I just want to make a clarification point on the reading of the last vote. I said 2018-20. If you're taking record, that was 2018-17 instead of 20 on the resolution. Next up is drainage board appointment, soil and water recommendations. So,
Went to the Soil and Water Board. Jared Zachary is now a school board member, so he had to drop off the drainage board. The Soil and Water makes a recommendation to the commissioners for that seat on that board. They came back at their first week December meeting and recommended Doug Mills to that seat. As a recommendation, I contacted Doug, talked to him. He's willing to serve on the drainage board. The final 2 years of Jared's term, it's a 3-year term, and there's 2 years left on it. So I would nominate Doug Mills to be the replacement for Jared Zachary on the drainage board.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to approve Doug Mills to take the vacant seat on the drainage board, which came to us as a recommendation from Soil and Water. Any discussion? Anything from the audience? All in favor of Doug Mills being appointed signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next up is the 2019 Commissioner schedule. So, gentlemen, going forward, we need to prepare a schedule for the 2019 year. This current year, we're setting on the quote-unquote second, fourth Mondays at 8 o'clock. Don't know if that's what you want to continue through 2019, whether you have recommended changes. We can do the 2019 as we have it, second and fourth with a couple modifications. We usually modify the December because of the state deadlines and stuff for the auditor. And probably the first, need to meet the first week of the year for the reorganization and stuff of the commissioners. So I guess I'll take it at your guys' pleasure whether the second and fourth is a good start or not.
It's fine with me.
I like that layout as well.
Okay. So we keep the second and fourth as the second, fourth Monday of the month at 8 o'clock. And they will be here unless they're publicly advertised somewhere else. I was going to make the recommendation with the first meeting of the year being that first week for reorganization of January 4th, which is Friday at 8 o'clock. Should be somewhat of a relatively short meeting, hopefully. Get our reorganization done and any business that we need to tie up from now till then, because there'll be a decent gap in Jenna, is that gonna create any problems in the auditor's office from the 4th to the 27th? Okay. And then December being Monday, December the 1st, and Monday, December 15th, which will be the 1st and 3rd Mondays instead of the 2nd and 4th. And I think, according to Jennifer, that'll give us the timing she needs for everything to go to the stating time. Anybody have any disagreements in that?
I've already got one conflict in February. All you
Yeah. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the schedule as we've talked in.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the meeting schedule signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I don't want to attach that. I'll talk to you about it.
Have we already approved?
Yes, you have
Okay.
approved that. There's just one change.
Yeah. There's one for signature. All right. That is everything under old business, new business, and now there's other business. And our attorney has something here.
We forgot to place on the agenda an annual contract for the assessor, so we'd like you to suspend your rules to consider the Exsoft agreement for the assessor.
Make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
We have a motion to suspend the rules so we can take action on the contract that needs to be taken care of for the assessor's office. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And she just happened to be here. Go ahead, Sherry. You have anything to say to the contract? Okay.
Thank you.
So the contract is with Exsoft Government Financial Software Solutions. They reviewed this and okay with everything. And Sherry, what's the amount?
So it's $33,000 a year for the annual maintenance, and then there's a conversion fee that they're splitting through 4 years, which I'll take care of, and that'll be $45,000 a year for the next 4 years. And that part will come out of my reassessment, so.
At this time, I'd entertain a motion to approve the contract as recommended by the assessor with Exsoft Software.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions for Sherry? Anything from the audience? All in favor of approval of the contract signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Anything else from either one of you two?
Yeah, I've got one item. It's more of a request, I guess, going forward for us to have some reports from the highway department. I've been meeting with Jim Peck and Amber, Jeremy, Lori, Mark, and Mike Davis. To begin with, I guess I'll preface this by saying that we're redesigning our website. That's about a 5 or 6 month process. Will be done by this spring. We've already engaged that process through the IT committee, so we want to be more transparent on our roads and what we're doing and what we're repairing, future projects and so on. So a lot of what we will do in the future will make these items viewable on the home page of the new website. Like I said, my intention with your guys' approval is to be more transparent on what's happening within the highway. We met, the 5 or 6 of us met this week, or this past week, with a representative from the Charts Company, which has been contracting with the county highway for a number of years on inventories, time clock issues, everything, I guess, to do with highway is kind of within this program. I've got a couple of examples here of tonnage in and tonnage out on stone and gravel. Pipes, we have an inventory on pipes. What I would like to propose that we do going forward is, at the end of the year, I think we ought to have an annual report from the highway director and highway engineer concerning our ending inventory. So Jim can calculate, go out there and measure the piles of stone, piles of gravel. Jeremy can count the pipes. Maybe you can do that as well. I'm not trying to be demeaning here, but I figure that's more of an engineering function than anything else, so we'll put that on him. But I think it'd be important to have an ending inventory as of 12/31/18 as to what do we have on hand, how much does the county have invested in these products, and so on. And most of that information is available. There's enter in the charts anyway, but I think it's important to have that in front of the public. I think going forward, it will help with our budgeting process and our reordering process and a number of other things. So, and then I guess on a monthly basis, we'd kind of like to have an update as to what took place the previous month. So it's up to you guys, I guess, as to which meeting. If you want to do it the first meeting of the next month and the second meeting of the next month for Jeremy and Jim to give us a brief report. I don't want a bunch of details, but it would be nice to, tell us that they replaced 15 pipes on whatever road. Going forward, this will be available, like I said, on the website. We're going to, with Mike Davis and Mark Bonwell's help, we're going to be able to denote this on the Beacon website. So future improvements such as the community crossings items, hopefully that we get approved this year, will be highlighted on that site as well, showing any blacktop upgrades. So we can even put road closures and that sort of thing on it. So they kind of understand what I was asking for in the meeting. If they have any further questions, I guess we can answer that. I didn't want to go into detail on the inventory, counting nuts and bolts, tires necessarily, but I think the big items like the pipes, and the gravel, and the stone, etc., would be good information for us to have as we move through the budgeting process, as well as if there's any special appropriations going forward. You have events all year long, floods and heavy snow and that sort of thing, and we go through a lot of material. So I just think it's good for the public to understand where their money is going. And this is a way of making that transparency possible.
I agree 100%. I think the public's told us that as we've spent all last week rolling out the comp plan. A big portion of that was community involvement in what we're doing, and transparency, and so this falls right in line with what the people say they want as well, and so I appreciate that, Phil, and you guys all working on that. It is a change, I know, and that's all right. We get through that part.
So I kind of appointed them as a committee to decide what the important items would be to come forward with. So we'll, I guess we'll look forward to an annual report sometime in January. Probably not the first meeting, because that's our organization.
Yeah, probably.
January 4th. So I would suggest maybe the last meeting of the month, and at least to start us off, to tell us what 2018 looked like. And then February, they tell us what they did in January, month by month.
No, that's good. I think the more we put on that website, the better it is, get the information out there. As far as the reports here, I have no problem with them doing that, as long as it is, kind of very brief. I don't want 10, 15 minutes of neither one of you. I mean, not that I'm anything negative, I guess I don't mean it that way, but just stand there and listen. I prefer to see it in email form, where I can review it when I need to, or go back and look at it or whatever, so, but I'm okay with that, yeah. All right, anything else?
Only thing, I guess unrelated to this issue, or
anything.
Okay, well, I mentioned the comprehensive plan in the public meetings last week, and that was fun. I tell you, that was good crowds, and it's exciting to not only have a plan going forward, but a plan that we can all make, that all the leaders of this community can make decisions from. And that's the point of having a plan, is the action you can take and the accomplishments you can gain by following what the will of the people is. So anyway, that was fun. I'm glad everybody participated and showed up, and that's a big deal for our community.
Okay, anything else? Anything else? I don't think we have anything else. I'd just like to say, this is our last meeting before the end of the year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all of you. Hope everybody has a safe and happy holidays. And again, we thank you for each and every one of our employees and what they do for the county and the community. We hope you enjoy your family time. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.